If you want to see lefties losing their mind, buckle up for a roller coaster of outrage and absurdity. At the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift was booed like a pop star on a bad night, while Donald Trump was cheered like he was headlining a rock concert. And just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, Democrat Maxine Waters and her crew of democracy deniers tried to break into the Department of Education and harass a federal employee.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Oh my God! Someone needs to hand that man a massive raise. He's had it up to here with those crotchety, antique Democrat relics spouting juvenile nonsense. Seriously, his paycheck needs an upgrade after weathering that barrage of outdated rants.
Excuse me?
Are you prepared to stand here all night if we decide to stay?
I guess, yeah.
All right, well, you just stay right there then. You just stay and stand.
Why are you letting us go to that desk like we were able to do last year?
No, he's not. He's not a U.S. employee.
This is a public
Did
institution.
Elon Musk hire you?
Who do you work for?
Who do you work for?
Are you not aware
to be
of,
here?
are you even
Who do you work for?
I'm a federal employee working for the education.
Who do you work for? Did Elon Musk hire you? As if a congressional seat gave them a free pass. The guard, however, made it crystal clear he wasn't intimidated by their antics. Meanwhile, in Hollywood has been Richard Gere. Remember, the guy whose career highlight was playing a businessman who falls for a hooker, was at the Goya Awards in Spain, dishing out some dangerously delusional takes on President Trump and his supporters. Pretty bold for someone with that career.
And I'm in shock. My wife is in shock. We're all in shock. You know, the people spoke and they elected this president, and that's a fact. But I don't even think the people who elected him really believed that he was going to do what he said he was going to do. And what he's doing is much worse than what he even said. The dark profundity of what he's been doing in the last week is mind-boggling. That he would be shutting down PEPFAR, which has been doing extraordinary work, especially on HIV/AIDS in Africa, saved tens of millions of lives. This is dark time in the U.S., and I think it's a time for everyone to stand up. You know, I was reading an article by someone, a Hungarian, who watched things change so radically under Orban. And he said, America better be vigilant, because we didn't know how fast this would happen in Hungary. And I can see this happening very quickly now. We have this incredibly dark marriage of power and money like we've never seen before. So the fact that these irresponsible and perhaps dangerously corrosive billionaires are running everything in America right now is a danger for everyone on this planet.
How dense does one have to be to miss that Trump's supporters are practically doing cartwheels after his first 3 weeks? They were terrified he wouldn't deliver on his promises, yet here he is, proving them wrong. If you're on the left and claim they're upset, you're clearly in a different reality. And let's not forget, while some laugh at the chaos, it's completely off to think the money flows only one way. Billionaires like George Soros, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, and Michael Bloomberg have been backing Democrats for ages. That's why Kamala Harris outspent Trump 3-1. Meanwhile, Richard Gere just lets inconvenient facts fly right over his head as he spews far-left nonsense.
I'm coming from a place now that we're in a very dark place in America, where we have a bully and a thug who is the President of the United States. But it's not just in the U.S., it's everywhere. Everywhere. You know, I read a really moving letter in the New York Times from a gentleman in Hungary, and he was the slippery slope of how this happens everywhere. Authoritarianism takes us all over. We have to be vigilant, we have to be alert, we have to be energetic, we have to be brave, we have to be courageous.
After surviving that absurd lecture, it's time to shift gears. Let's head to the Super Bowl. where things actually get interesting. But before we dive into the chaos, let's check in on some classic lefty Karens, because misery sure does love company.
This is Taylor Swift being booed at Allegiant Stadium, which just so happens to be the same stadium that she sold out just months ago for her world tour and had fans absolutely screaming for her, cheering her on, couldn't get enough. In fact, I'm the one who took this video. So here's a reminder. The people you surround yourself with can literally make or break you. Girl, if they're not cheering you on, it has nothing to do with you. And they don't deserve access to this new season that you are about to win.
Can you imagine being a whole fully ass-grown man and booing a young woman because she came to support her boyfriend at something he's passionate about? A young woman who not only is incredibly successful, but someone that has donated her own money to various charities. A woman that is sat minding her own business, not begging or pleading for the cameras to be on her. Imagine then when the roles are reversed and this lovely young woman brings her boyfriend up on stage while she's doing something she's passionate about. The crowd goes absolutely wild with happiness. Imagine booing her. Imagine doing that and then actually feeling like you've done something. Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing. I would like to believe that they weren't booing Taylor Swift and it was Donald Trump that was on the screen, but they just captured Taylor's reaction to the booing. If someone can verify that or let me know in the comments, I'd be totally grateful. Also, if you're a man that loves Taylor Swift or not even loves her, if you wouldn't boo her, I'd love to see you in the comments too, with your thoughts about the guys that did boo her, if they did.
How dare you boo Taylor Swift? How dare all of you? Shame on you. Okay? I mean, that's for Eagles fans. I mean, I would expect nothing less. But she was at the Grammys cheering for everybody, singing their songs, knowing every lyric. She was the only person that was singing along to Sabrina Carpenter songs. And, oh, but what if other people didn't know the lyrics? It's 3 words. Please, please, please. It's please 3 times. No. I don't like this one bit.
If you are having trouble still deciding who you are going to root for this weekend in the Super Bowl, may I give you just a couple of things to ponder over and think about. The Chiefs kicker is Harrison Butker. The same Harrison Butker who went on a tangent last year and has said that women need to leave their jobs and just be mothers and their sole responsibility is to take care of men. He's also a huge Trump supporter and would be first in line to be a commander when The Handmaid's Tale happens. Patrick Mahomes, who is the Chiefs quarterback, him and his wife, both huge Trumpers. They both support him. Brittany, more so vocally than Patrick, but you know, the Chiefs said that they would be honored to have the president watching the game this weekend, where the Eagles were less than thrilled. One of the teams does have to go to the White House if they win. And let us remember that in 2017, when the Eagles won, they refused to go to the White House because Trump was president. The Chiefs wouldn't do that. The Chiefs organization donates to Trump's campaign and more red Republican campaigns, whereas the Eagles organization only donates to blue. Taylor Swift was born and raised an Eagles fan, and the only reason that she is now a Chiefs fan is because her boyfriend plays for the team. She is always going to be an Eagles fan. I think this might be all the information you need to make your decision this weekend. Go Birds.
The real question is, why was Taylor Swift booed? Is it because she's dating a Kansas City Chiefs player? Or are fans simply over the endless coverage of her relationship with Travis Kelce? Maybe it's her endorsement of Kamala Harris that didn't sit well with some. Whatever the reason, there are plenty of valid arguments for booing her on game day. After all, it's a football game, not a Taylor Swift concert. Fans want to see football, not a pop performance.